Insta. Currently cooking up that work. Currently cooking up that work. AKA oatmeal. It's almost 10:30 and I'm just getting to work. 2 hours late. You see this little thing? He runs my life already. And that's okay, because I'm gonna let him. Current situation. I'm currently catching up on Real Housewives of Atlanta, last Sunday's episode. Keeping an eye on my emails. Finishing up my oatmeal so that I can take my medicine. This is my prenatal. This is the prenatal I've taken all pregnancy, and then this is my iron pill that I won't show you my information. Gotta finish this bottle of water so that I can take my water. And then I don't know, something's wrong with my internet, but I'm trying to bring a video for you guys, which is my pregnancy update, and I also have 16 and the 17 vlog, which are currently loading to my desktop. So I'd say I'm being productive. So it is probably 70, probably high 70s in Los Angeles, and I am walking around with a sweater and some capri leggings because it's cold in my office. So I have the option to take this off, and then I have a white beater little thing on, but I don't want to. So I'm walking in the heat, but I'm walking. I've been saying I'm gonna start walking and I'm gonna start drinking my water, but I haven't been doing it. And my boyfriend and I just got into a little bit of a text argument, so I decided I needed some fresh air and I needed to walk for the betterment of baby, my stress level, and the world. I don't know, I was watching, what was it this morning? After I watched Real Housewives of Atlanta, I ended up browsing the internet, or browsing like the blogs and stuff, and I came up on, I think it was on Facebook actually, my Facebook feed, but I found this interview from The Dream on the Breakfast Club. I think it's his very last interview that he did like a week or two ago. And to make a long story short, why is this lady staring at me? To make a long story short, he was asked, the interview is not about Christina Milian, because of course they've been divorced for years, but in it he was asked about her, and of course I think he's been married twice since him and her have divorced, but because she's the most popular of his wives, of course they're still gonna ask about her. So long story short, he was asked about the relationship and why it didn't work. There was a scandal about him being caught cheating on her, so of course he was painted as a bad guy, and I think he never really came out and said, you know, what really happened, or, you know, defended himself. So in this Breakfast Club interview, he finally kind of gave his side, and it what am I trying to say? It kind of rung a bell to me, because, you know, he let them know, and you know, there's three sides to the story: her side, his side, and the truth. So you never really know what happened in that relationship and why it ended for sure, but to hear his side kind of like resonated, because he was saying how she it was painted in the media that they were still married, and she was still wearing her wedding ring, and he was out on vacation with another woman. And he said no. Well, the truth was, we had been already separated for months. I think it was like a year or whatever it was. You know, we have a child together, and you know, we were married legally, yes, but we were already separated. And our reasoning for separating had nothing to do with my infidelity. It had to do with us not seeing eye to eye. And the part that kind of got to me was the fact that he was saying how the issue in their relationship and why it didn't work was he married her because he's a lover, he's a hopeless romantic, and he wanted to be in love. Who knows if this is true or not, but he wanted, or she's very close with her family supposedly, and it was more of a family thing where if you have a couple, or if you are committed in a relationship, so to speak, and one partner is very close to their family, and that family, those family members don't necessarily get along with you, or you guys just don't mesh well, sometimes that really does have a big effect. For example, if you have a woman and she, you know, her mom is close to her sisters and brothers are close to her, and you're married and they're always over the house, or they're always like actively, you know, in your business, it can definitely be a detriment to your relationship, because of course they don't want the best for you. They don't like you, or they don't, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but point being that it rung a bell to me only because, like, in my relationship, we're good, we're happy, but it just seems like all of our spats, all of our arguments, all of our disagreements are always, they're never really about what I did or what he did. They're never really about our relationship or things that we're doing wrong. They're always about like family and extended, you know, people. Like, we're arguing about a relative and not speaking over that, opposed to us really having problems in our own relationship. And it does really negatively affect our relationship, because we're good otherwise, but when we argue, you love your family, of course, so when you love your family and you love everyone around you, of course you're gonna defend them. Like, I'm gonna always defend my brother, right or wrong. I'm always gonna defend him, and I expect him to defend his brother as well. But when we have issues that don't really concern us and they're affecting us, it's kind of hard, because it's just like, I just want us to be happy and I just want us to not fight, but he's got to